Hello and welcome to another Crochet Loose tutorial. Today we'll be making square number 18, which is a variation of square number 15 that we made. So it's not that long ago we already made one very similar to this, and we're starting with this central motif in a lovely muted colour, and then we're doing our octagon border round it, and then we've got separate motifs that we're making over a couple of rounds. It's one of the more complex designs that we do in this series, is this square, but it's such an achievement when we've actually finished it. Shall we have a look what we'll need to get started? For square number 18, we're going to need 5 colours of our cotton yarn. We're going to use the Smoky Pink that came with this issue, beige, white, mint and navy, 1.75mm crochet hook, a yarn needle, a pair of scissors and a stitch marker. So this square starts by working round 1 to 4 of the same pattern we used for square number 15. So if you want to go back and watch the tutorial for square number 15, and we're going to work rounds 1 to 4 all in our beige yarn. And when you've done that, your square will be looking something a little bit like this. It's looking so lovely. Round 5, we're going to be using our white yarn and we're going to join it to the 3rd chain stitch of the first 5 chain space. So it's going to be the central one just there. We're going to join it there and then we're going to chain 3, and that counts as our first treble stitch. We're going to work 2 treble in the same stitch. So remember, we're working in the stitch here, not the chain space. Then we're going to start our repeat for this round, which is chain 3, and then 3 treble in the 3rd chain space of the next 5 chain space. So chain 3, and then again it'll be our middle chain, and we're working in the stitch, not the space. We're doing 3 treble. And we're going to work that 14 more times. So if you'd like to go ahead and do that, I'll show you what it looks like when it's done and how we join the round. When you've worked that repeat all the way around, your square will be looking a little bit like this. And we need to chain 3 and join with a slip stitch to the top of our chain 3 starting chain to finish the round. We can then cut off our white yarn, and that is round 5 complete. Round 6, we're going to be using mint yarn, and we're going to join it to the last 3 chain space from round 5. So this is where we ended our round. This is where we're joining our mint yarn. We're going to chain 1 and work 2 double crochet in that same chain space. We're then going to start our repeat for this round, which is double crochet in the next 3 treble stitches, and then double crochet, 1 chain, double crochet in the next 3 chain space. Double crochet in each of the next 3 treble stitches, and then 3 double crochet in the next 3 chain space. So that's 1 double crochet in the next 3 treble stitches. Then 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet in the next 3 treble, and then 3 double crochet in the next chain space. So that is our repeat. It is 1 double crochet in the next 3 treble, 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet in the next 3 chain space, then 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 treble, and 3 double crochet in the next 3 chain space. We're going to repeat that 6 more times, and then we can work a partial repeat. Your partial repeat, you're working up until that last 3 double crochet in the next 3 chain space. You're just going to work the first part of your repeat, not the last bit. I will meet you back here when we've done that, and we'll have a look at how we finish off the round. When you've worked that repeat and your partial repeat, you'll be back at the start ready to join with a slip stitch to your starting chain. We're then going to open up our loop and pop our mint yarn on a stitch marker. And that is round 6 complete. Round 7, we're going to be using our navy yarn and we're going to be joining it to our first double crochet from round 6. So just this one, just here. And we're going to start with chain 3. Chain 3. We're then going to work 1 treble in the next 4 double crochet. We're going to miss the next stitch and work 3 treble in the 1 chain space. Miss the next stitch and then treble in each of the next 9 double crochet stitches. And that is our repeat for this round. So our repeat is miss the next stitch, 3 treble in the next 1 chain space, miss the next stitch, and then treble in each of the next 9 double crochet. I'm going to work that 6 more times and I'll show you what it looks like when we've done that and how we finish off the round. When you've worked your repeat 6 more times, we're going to work another 3 treble in the 1 chain space. Miss the next stitch and then treble in the last 4, making sure your stitch marker is behind your work so we don't get that trapped at the front. I'm then going to join with a slip stitch to the top of our starting chain. You can then cut off the navy yarn and that is round 7 complete. Round 8, we're going to take the mint yarn off the stitch marker and we're going to be using that one again. So pop it back on your hook, work chain 1. We're then going to work double crochet in the next 6 trebles. One double crochet, chain 1 and another double crochet in the next treble, and then 1 double crochet in each of the next 11 trebles. And that is our repeat for this round. So our repeat is 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet in the next treble, and then 1 double crochet in each of the next 11 trebles. We're going to work that another 6 times. And then we can work 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet in the next treble, and then 1 double crochet in each of the next 5 trebles. And I will meet you back here when we've done that and show you what it looks like and how we join the round. When you've worked that repeat and your partial repeat, you'll be back at the start and ready to join with a slip stitch. Then we're going to open up our loop and put our yarn on a stitch marker again. That is round 8 complete. Rounds 9 and 10, we're going to be working the first part of those rounds together by building up columns in our navy yarn. So we're going to start by joining our yarn to our 5th double crochet from round 8. So that is 1, 2, 5, and we're going to chain 3. Then going to treble in the next 2 stitches. and work a treble in the 1 chain space. I'm going to turn our work, chain 3, and treble in each of the next 3 treble stitches. We can then cut our navy yarn and fasten off. And that's our first little column. We're then rejoining our yarn to the next 1 chain space. So you can see it because it's like a little blip. That's our 1 chain space there. And we're going to chain 3 and work 1 treble in the next 3 stitches. Turn, chain 3 and treble in the next 3 stitches. And cut our navy yarn again. And that is our repeat for this round. So we're going to be making these little columns all the way around. Then going to miss the next 7 stitches. And then we're going to repeat what we did for these 2 columns 3 more times. So you'll end up with 8 columns in total. And then when you get to your last column, leave your yarn on a stitch marker. Don't cut it on the last column. We're going to be using it again very soon. So if you'd like to go ahead and repeat your columns all the way around, I'll show you what it looks like when we've done that. When you finish your last column, open up your loop and put your working yarn on a stitch marker. And that is this part of rounds 9 and 10 complete. We're then going to be working little motifs that sit between our columns. Now, the first of these, motif A, we're going to be using the mint yarn that we have attached on the stitch marker just here. So we're going to grab that, put that back on your hook. Then we're going to chain 4. We're then going to slip stitch around the starting chain from round 10 of our last column. So it's that one there. Chain 2. And then we're going to work a double treble 3-stitch cluster, chain 5, and another double treble 3-stitch cluster in the double crochet that we started just down here. So a double crochet 3-stitch cluster, round the hook twice, into the stitch, work your double treble as normal up to the last part, leaving that on the hook, and you're going to do that 3 times. You will have 4 loops on your hook. When you've finished that part of the stitch, go round and through all 4. That is our double treble 3-stitch cluster. Then going to chain 5. And work another double treble 3-stitch cluster in the same stitch. Chain 2, and you're going to slip stitch around the post of the treble on the opposite column. So again, it's from round 10, so it's this second row up. We're going to slip stitch just there. Then chain 4. Turn your work again and work a slip stitch into that stitch where we worked all our treble stitches just there. You can then fasten off the mint yarn, and that is the first motif complete. So skip over the next section between columns, and you're going to rejoin your mint yarn to the next one. So it's the smaller of the 2, and you're going to rejoin your mint yarn to the central stitch, should be the fourth one in the middle, and we're going to rework that motif A in that space there, and we're going to do that 3 more times in total. So you'll have this little motif A in between in all of your small gaps. So here, here, and here. So if you'd like to go ahead and repeat that, I will show you what it looks like and we'll have a look at what we do next. When you've worked all 4 of your motif A, your square will be looking something like this. And it's a really good idea at this point to weave in all these excess ends because there are quite a few at this point. But that is how we work our motifs A. For motif B, we're going to use the navy yarn and the pink yarn. We're going to start with the navy. We're going to make a magic ring. Chain 3 and work 5 trebles into the ring. Pull the ring closed and turn. Chain 5, miss the treble at the base of the chain and work a double crochet in the next 2. Chain 5, double crochet in the next 2 stitches. Chain 2, and then we're going to work a treble into the top of our starting chain, and we're going to be changing colour on this treble. So work the first part in the navy, then pick up the pink yarn and finish your treble stitch in the pink yarn. Row 3, we're going to start with chain 3. Then we're going to work a 4-stitch picot. So chain 4 and slip stitch in the 4th chain from the hook. Then in your first chain space, you're working 2 trebles, 1 half treble and a double crochet. So 2 treble. A half treble and a double crochet. Then in the next chain space, we're going to be working 1 double crochet, 1 half treble, 3 treble, 4 chained picot, 2 treble, 1 half treble, and 1 double crochet. So 1 double crochet, 1 half treble, 3 trebles, a 4 chain picot, so chain 4. And slip stitch in the base of the chain, 2 trebles, a half treble, and a double crochet. Then in the last chain space, we're working 1 double crochet, 1 half treble, 3 trebles, and we're going to end with another 4 chain picot. You can then fasten off the pink yarn. That is our complete motif B. So we need to make 3 more exactly the same, and I'll show you what it looks like when we've done that. When you've worked all 4 of your motifs B, they will be looking like this, and it is a good idea at this stage to weave in the ends of your motifs, just so it makes it clearer where our stitches are and where we're attaching them to our original square. That is our motif Bs complete. We're now going to be joining our motifs to our original square, and we're going to start with our white yarn, and we're starting in the starting chain of what counts as round 10. And we're just going to do a slip stitch and chain 2. Have your motif pointing down and slip stitch in the 4 chain picot. Chain 5, and slip stitch in the 4th double crochet, chain 2, slip stitch in the middle picot of your motif, chain 2, then skip 3 double crochet stitches in the base here and slip stitch in the next, then chain 5, slip stitch in the next picot of your motif, chain 2, and slip stitch around the 2nd row of trebles, the end treble just there. So that is how we're connecting our motifs in place, and it's a good one to have a look at the chart as a guide for this one, just so you can see where you're hitting the base and where you're attaching it into the motif. But if you want to go ahead and repeat that in your other 3 gaps to attach your other 3 motifs, I'll meet you back here when we've done that and we'll have a look at what our square's looking like. When you've got all 4 of your motifs attached in place, your square will be looking something like this. And that is our rounds 9 and 10 and motifs A and B complete. Round 11, we're going to take our navy yarn off our stitch marker and pop it back on our hook. And we're going to start with chain 3. Then going to work a treble in each of the next 3 treble stitches. So we're extending our navy columns up another row. We're then going to start our repeat for this round. So that's chain 3, 1 double crochet in the 5 chain space from motif A. So that's this central 5 chain space just here. Chain 3, 1 treble in each of the next 4 treble. So extend that column up a bit again. Chain 6, 1 double crochet around the post of the last treble from motif B, row 3. So that's this end treble here, the pink one. Chain 5, then 1 double crochet in this 5 chain space just here. Chain 5, 1 double crochet into the magic ring, chain 5, 1 double crochet into what counts as the 5 chain space on the other side just here, chain 5, and then 1 double crochet around this last treble, this pink one here. So chain 6, then treble in each of the next 4 treble stitches. So that is our repeat for this round, and we're going to work it twice more, and then we're going to work a partial repeat. And our partial repeat is exactly the same. You're just stopping it before these last 4 treble stitches. So you work that last chain 6 and then stop it. And I'll meet you back here when we've done that, and we'll have a look at how we finish off the round. When you've worked your repeat and your partial repeat, all we need to do to join the round is to slip stitch into the top of our starting chain. And that is round 11. Round 12, we're going to be using white yarn now for the rest of the square, and we're going to join it to the second 3 chain space of round 11. So this is our first 3 chain space, this is our second. And we're going to work a chain 1 and a double crochet in the same space. We're then going to start our repeat for this round, which is chain 7 and then double crochet in the next chain space, and we're going to repeat that all the way around. So chain 7, and double crochet in the next chain space, and you're just going to do that all the way around. I will meet you back here when we've done it, and I'll show you how we join the round. When you've worked that repeat all the way around, we're going to end with chain 3, and treble into the first double crochet to end the round. That is round 12. Round 13, we're going to start with chain 1 and double crochet in the same space. We're then going to chain 5 and double crochet in the next space 4 times. Chain 3 and double crochet in the same space. We're then going to start our repeat for this round, which is chain 5, then double crochet in the next space, and we're going to do that 8 times, then chain 3 and double crochet in the same 7 chain space, which makes our corner space like we've just done here. We're going to work that repeat twice more, and then we're going to work a partial repeat. So our partial repeat, we're working chain 5 and then double crochet in the next space 3 times and chain 5. If you'd like to go ahead and do that, I will meet you back here when we've done it, and we'll have a look at how we finish off the round. When you've worked your repeat all the way around and your partial repeat, it's time to join the round with a slip stitch to our starting chain. That is round 13. Round 14, and we're making our border for the square. So we start with chain 1 and double crochet in the same stitch. We're then going to work 5 double crochet in the next 5 chain space and double crochet in the next double crochet 4 times. That's 4 times there. We're then going to work 2 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet in the 3 chain corner space. And then we're going to start our repeat for this round. So our repeat for this round is 1 double crochet in the next double crochet, then 5 double crochet in the next 5 chain space, 1 double crochet in the next double crochet 8 times. Then 2 double crochet, 1 chain, 2 double crochet in the 3 chain corner space. That is our repeat. We're working it twice more, then we're working a partial repeat. So our partial repeat is 1 double crochet in the next double crochet, 5 double crochet in the next 5 chain space 4 times. We can then join with a slip stitch, and that is our square complete. So if you'd like to go ahead and do that, I will meet you back here when we've done that, and we'll have a look at our finished square. And here is our finished square. So I've already gone ahead and woven in my ends and given it a little press. But if you haven't done that yet, go ahead and do it now. And then we just need to pop a little label on in the corner so we know which square this one is when we come to join them together. So this is square number 18. So just pop a label in the corner and store it away with your other squares until we're ready to join them together in the throw. But yeah, I think this one turned out just lovely. I really like the muted centre that we did. And then we tie it together with that lovely navy and mint border. And of course we were making our motifs this time again. That's great fun to do. So yes, this is our lovely finished square, and I really hope you've enjoyed making it with me today and following along with this tutorial, and I hope you'll join me for the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.